Hi everybody and welcome back to Alex Elliott Golf. We're going to talk about today when to hit driver and when not to hit driver on short par 4s. So this is a most commonly asked question. This is answering one of the questions that somebody put to me over Instagram, and this is something that I've learned from caddying on the European Tour and the Challenge Tour. Now, when to not hit driver and when to hit driver, it's very much dependent on your shot shape. So if there's trouble on the right and you lose that ball to the right occasionally, then it can depend on whether you want to hit driver there. But if the trouble's on the left and you tendency to lose the ball to the left, then that may affect your judgment of when to hit driver or not. So we're going to take this hole here. We're on the 17th at Bramall Park. We've got a bunker down there, which is for me a very good drive to get over it, which is be aggressive play to hit a driver, but then it's a nice easy 3-iron short of it and still leaving me a wedge to the hole. Now for me, the best thing for me to describe how I would choose to hit driver or an iron or when to hit driver or not is, one, depending how you're playing on the day, depending on the situation your card's in. Do you need to make birdie to buffer in your handicap, or do you need to make par? So that can also play into the equation as well. Secondly, another factor which you have to take into account, and as all good players we know what a favourable wind is for us. So for me, it's down off the right. That would give me the greatest chance of carrying that bunker down the middle of the fairway. So if I had that wind, it would definitely tend me to hit a driver more than hit an iron. Whereas if it was into off the left, which is a very short wind, that would be a situation where I would definitely lay short of that bunker. So this bunker here is about 250 yards away, so a good drive will land just over that for me, whereas this 3-iron will definitely play short of it. Right, today there's no wind, so either way I could play this, but I'm going to assume I've got a good card in my hand and I need 2 pars to finish. I feel like I'm swinging it good, so I'm going to play out both a 3-iron and a driver. So the final kind of equation you're going to put in your head, so we've talked about wind, we talked about weather, we talked about how you're feeling. Let's think about also the percentage gains we're going to get. So what is the actual percentage of me hitting that driver over that bunker and keeping it in play and on the fairway? Whereas what is the chances of me hitting the 3-iron short of the bunker, hitting it on the fairway and keeping it in play? Because if I hit a driver and I hit the fairway, I'm definitely gaining a lot of yardage. I'd be probably hitting 80 yards to the green, whereas if I lay back I'll have about 120 yards to the green. So the closer you get, the closer you're going to actually hit your second shot or approach shot into the green. So you've got to think the strokes gains you're going to gain by hitting driver, does that outweigh the risk of hitting it on the hole? And in this case for me, I definitely think it does. It's slightly right to left, which helps benefit my shape, and I feel like I'm swinging it good. So let's try hitting driver on that fairway, and let's try hitting iron short of that bunker and see what the differences are on my approach shots into the green. So I'm going to go with my iron, which is my smart play off the tee. First, playing short of that bunker, giving myself a great chance of hitting that fairway, taking all the trouble out of play. Let's go with driver. This is my smart aggressive play because I feel like if I can get down there, the strokes gained are going to be massive compared to hitting my 3-iron off the tee. Just as required, that one's hit the fairway, so in this instance it was worth taking the risk and getting those strokes gained and a shorter shot into the hole. So as you can see, my 3-iron is played up short of the bunker and into this nice safe big area. I've got 140 yards to the flag here, whereas you can see my second ball, which I hit with the driver on the fairway, I'll have about 80 yards to the flag. Now that is a 60-yard difference, and that is a massive difference between hitting 9-iron, potentially 8-iron if it's cold into the wind, or hitting a nice 52 or 58 degree wedge where I can spin it and get the ball close to the green. So what I'm trying to say here is you've got to weigh up the strokes gained. Is the percentage risk worth the strokes gained? And in this situation for me it is. I could hit driver slightly around the corner, giving me a shorter shot into the green, increase my chance of hitting it closer, increasing my strokes gained. So as I said, I've got 80 yards to the flag from this golf ball and 140 from my 3-iron off the tee. So I've got a difference of 60 yards there, and that's a massive gain in yardage. And from here now I've got 80 yards, which is a nice comfy either 58 or 52 depending on the wind. So let's use 3 rules. I want you to use what's the weather conditions, is the wind favourable, what is the percentage chance of me hitting the fairway with driver, on the percentage chance of hitting the fairway with 3-iron. Obviously it's going to be more with 3-iron than it would be with driver, but we've got to weigh up the percentage gains we're going to gain in the second shot. And finally, what score have you got in your hand? Because if we need to make birdie, then definitely we should be a little bit more aggressive and hit driver. If we need to make a par, say to buffer in our handicap, then laying a little bit further back might be the favourable play. As always, thank you for watching this week's tip on Alex Elliott Golf. When you've got a good score in your hand and you're coming down the stretch, put this into your mind. Weigh up the equation. Is it good to get the strokes gained off the tee and a shorter shot in, or is it more sensible to lay further back and increase the chances of me hitting the fairway? As always, thank you for watching. Keep up to date with Alex Elliott Golf by subscribing down below. So much more content to come, whether it be course vlogs, tips and the caddy diaries. Thank you for watching.